What's poppin' YouTube? My name is Lau. I can be a serial procrastinator sometimes, but what I won't procrastinate with, finishing this intro. You're now watching Extra Long Shorts. I realized recently the whole idea of being a content creator and what that may look like for some people. Sometimes it's just the hardest things, starting. Right? We may pick up a pen, we may write down some ideas, we may start taking pictures or filming ourselves. We wind up just sitting with a bunch of old clips, a bunch of old videos, just sitting on the back catalog of our photo album, and they just sit there and collect dust, never to be used or never to be seen on social media whatsoever. Only for us to quit and go right back to doom scrolling on social media, looking at someone else living the dream that we wish we could dream, and just wondering why it is that we can't do what they're doing. Today's video, I'm breaking away from our normal conversations and tech reviews to talk about exactly what it's going to take for you to go out there and just do it. It's 2025 and you want to start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube channel. If you want to be a filmmaker, be a filmmaker. Start a podcast, start a podcast. What I will not stand for is procrastination. Procrastination is the #1 killer of growth. Before I start the video, as always, the best way you can support the channel is by giving this video an extra thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. You ain't gotta send us no money, you gotta cash app us, nothing like that. But you can kick it with us to the very end of this video, help us improve our watch time in general, and hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will have some motivation to go out and start your channel. Back to the video. Something that we really got to think about is what is stopping us from starting our YouTube channel or podcast or whatever it is you want to do here on the platform. Do you think you might be embarrassed? Do you think people might laugh at you? Could it be possibly that you are not a good public speaker? You may think that you're not good at getting in front of a camera. Do you think it might be the gear? When I tell people about me doing YouTube and all that goes into me having a YouTube channel, those are literally like the three things that I hear people talk about are maybe the barrier to entry, whether it may be self-deprivation and putting ourselves down and thinking that we're just going to embarrass ourselves if we try to reach for something, for the intangibility that is our dreams. Some people might think that I stutter too much, or I don't like the way my voice sounds on camera. Some of these they have these big fancy cameras, super expensive lenses, a really dope microphone hanging in the background and all that. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice to have those things, but do you need it? At least to start. Allow me to lift the curtain, my friend. You don't. My guy, allow me to lift the curtain. You don't. My guy or girl, you don't need to do that. What you do need is a little bit of faith in yourself and the motivation to do it. Every now and then I go back and I look at my first video and I realize it was just me hyping up the idea of me doing it. I didn't necessarily have a topic or anything, and it was just me going in the camera, showing off the gear that I'm using and the space that I plan on using to film my videos, and just just capturing the sheer excitement of me starting my YouTube journey and what that looked like. I had some idea about what I wanted to talk about or do here on the platform, but at the same time I didn't have a direction or exact plan or route to execute that dream. As you get in and you start putting out content, you find your niche along the way. It'd be really great if you understand what it is you want to do from the beginning and you just execute and you go from there. But for me, that video was just it's not for the likes, it's not for the views, it's not in the hopes that somebody sees the video and they're like, wow, I'm excited for his channel. What it did serve, it allowed me to jump over that first barrier to entry. That the idea that I was going to somehow embarrass myself if I put videos out there with me talking and, trying to do this YouTube thing. Once you get past that first video and you actually upload a video of yourself just talking or doing whatever it is you're want to do or talk about on your YouTube channel, the level of anxiety goes down. There's this idea that if I do this, I'm not going to be able to really make it and distinguish myself, and it'll be for no reason. If I do this, what if I fail? What if you fail? What if you fail? Because God forbid if you fail, right? Because failing is the worst thing that could ever happen to a person in the history of breathing oxygen, right? This is an amazing quote about Thomas Edison and his quest in making the light bulb. He tried 1,000 times to make it, and he failed. It was only at 1,001 where word on these historical streets is that it took my man 1,001 tries to create the light bulb. Instead of looking at it as he failed 1,000 times to create the light bulb, he looked at it as 1,000 ways on how not to make a light bulb. Where he failed at doing one thing, he succeeded at doing something else. Glass half empty, glass half full. It's all about perspective and how the way you choose to approach and look at a situation. And that's literally what it takes if you genuinely want to be a content creator of any kind. I know starting out, I'm not going to be putting out certified bangers, but the videos that I put out is going to be the best that I can do. And I'm gonna put all I can into I'm gonna do all I can and invest as much time, resources, information into creating the best content that I possibly can at the time of me starting this channel. The research I did, the more training, the more practice that I did, even sometimes I take the time to just talk in the mirror or just sit in front of the camera and not press record and just see and just see what comes of it. If you come off like that on episode 1 of your platform, it's probably going to come off disingenuous. Because if you look at some of your favorite YouTubers and you look at their first video, I promise you their first videos were probably just as embarrassing as the first video you'll make too. And this trend it will continue to be like that until you hit probably like your 50th video. Don't be afraid to share the imperfections of your personality, because at the end of the day, people aren't perfect. And if you strive to present yourself to be this perfect person on camera, nobody is going to rock with that. If anything, people will come off as phony. Let's talk about barrier number 2, the gear. Loud. I don't have a dedicated camera. I don't have $500 to $1,000 to go out and buy a brand new Canon or Sony, Nikon or whatever camera in order to start shooting content. But how do I make a YouTube channel if I don't own a camera? Forget all the hubbub you see on the internet. And I know, me being a primarily tech vlog lifestyle type of channel, part of my shtick is recommending tech that I believe will be a benefit to you in your own content creation journey. It is 2025. We have as much as it's been outplayed, artificial intelligence is a very real thing, and it's in your phone. Using ChatGPT alone, you can come up with a video script, a whole layout for what your thumbnail should look like, title, everything. Literally with just a click of a button on an application on your phone. If you don't have money to go out and buy a dedicated camera, please don't feel bad. You know what? With all the fancy equipment that's out there, sometimes we forget that one of the most powerful and convenient cameras that we carry on a day-to-day basis has been in our pocket all along. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Just like you don't need the latest and greatest camera to make videos, the same falls true for your phone. There's millions of people in the world that don't even bother going out and buying a fancy camera because they understand that I can just use my phone and film this video. One of the best things about shooting content on your phone is literally the idea that you're able to cut out a lot of those extra steps that come with filming on a dedicated camera. When I'm done shooting this video, I'm gonna have to take the memory card out the camera, put it in the adapter, plug it into the laptop, open the editing software, download, export the files from the SD card to the camera, and then pull those files into the editing software itself and begin chopping, editing, color grading, doing all of that, downloading it in the right export settings, and then upload it on the platform. Whereas if I were to use my phone, I would just film it, bring it to a native editing app here on the phone, and then just directly export it to TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, really saving me maybe 25-30 minutes. And that's what's so great about using your phone, the power of convenience and reliability. The biggest things I failed to realize early on in my YouTube career was because again, I came up watching a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of tech YouTubers, and I thought that if I was gonna do this, I would only want to do it once I got all the gear that I needed. And that created a level of fear, anxiety, and inadequacy within myself, because I thought that if I didn't have this camera, videos wouldn't look good. If I didn't have this microphone, my audio wouldn't sound good. If I didn't use this particular light recommended by so-and-so, my videos wouldn't be properly well lit. And once I would buy one thing, I would then have to save up to buy the next thing. And by the time I had the money to save up the next thing, the company where I purchased the light from, they just dropped a brand new updated version that's way better than the one that I got. And now I gotta sell the one that I have and save up a little bit extra to go and buy another one. And then I somehow get sidetracked, and then I go and buy I see a microphone that MKBHD was talking about on Facebook Marketplace for $200 cheaper, and I use that money to go buy it. Now I don't have a light, and now I got to save up for a light all over again. And there's always going to be a brand new thing out there. You can't wait to have the latest and greatest of every single thing within each of those categories. Just use what you got and start putting out content. And once you start getting better and just using your phone, and you get comfortable and you establish yourself, or you just save money from your day job on the side, then you could just afford to just start buying pieces of gear slowly. You know what I mean? It's a slow incline. Don't wait to get the gear. Use what you have at your disposal now, and then slowly over time purchase what gear you need. Invest in your channel. Okay, let's take the time to talk about hurdle number 3. Procrastination and excuses. Now, as I told you earlier in the video, I'm a really heavy procrastinator. What helps me get past being the demon king of procrastination is holding myself accountable to my actions and my own dreams. By carving out at least anywhere between 1.5 and 2.5 hours a day, sit down, coming up with videos, coming up with ideas, editing thumbnails, shooting the videos. If I understand, situation and circumstances, everybody's situation is not the same. And I understand that, and I can respect that. But peep the game real quick. As a father of 3, fiance, owner of 2 dogs, we live in our own home. I work 2 jobs. I'm studying to get my pilot's license for operating a drone. I can't sit here and worry about the opinions you guys might form, whether it be negative or positive. I can't worry about whether I'm going to fail or succeed. The worst thing you can do is not try and always sit back and wonder what would have been. And I cannot, and I refuse to let that happen for me. It is, and for those of you out there who believe that you may be too old and that it's too late for you, there are people on this platform who've been able to change their lives even well on in their later years. So please don't let age be a factor as to why you are not able to start your channel or your podcast or your filmmaking career, whatever it is you want to do. Age is nothing but a number. With all that out the way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to give it an extra thumbs up, subscribe to the channels, which is the best way you can always support the channel. I hope this video has been able to serve as a wake-up call for you guys, especially you. That's right, you at home watching this video, looking for that extra motivation, that those words that'll magically push you or convince you that now is your time. Because guess what, you'll never get a second chance to do it. It's like a test. The longer you put off studying, the harder that test is going to get. So stop wasting time. And remember, if no one else believes in you, I guess I'm going to have to step up and believe in you until you can believe in yourself enough to go out there and start your channel, YouTube or podcast, whatever it is you're trying to plan on doing. But I will provide you with the faith and courage you need to succeed, as you guys do for me, and push me on to continue making content every day in the way that I am able to do it. Right now, if we look at the time right now, pull up this phone. Look, just to show you the level of dedication. It's almost 3 a.m. and I gotta be to work at 7 a.m. Just let you know. Even after making this video, I put it on a chopping block, cut it up, edit it, color grade it, do what I gotta do, and then upload it to the channel. It probably won't be ready until tomorrow afternoon, but guess what? That's the level of dedication I'm willing to put in. Nothing ever worth it is ever easy. So remember, guys, just do it. Or don't. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.